death. What is it really? I've always pondered that question because I was brought up, to see it in a way that if you die, this specific thing was going to happen to you, and that's it. Uh, but I've always doubted that scenario. This September, last September, I mean, in 2010, I was in the hospital, and there I had internal bleeding from the gastric bypass surgery I had 5 years ago. I almost bled to death, and I had to eventually have 7 units of blood given to me. During that time, I thought that I would be very upset and nervous if I was heard that, or I felt that I was dying, but I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that I was afraid or overly concerned. Um, because, well, I don't know. I felt that if this was the end, then I could be accepting of it after 50, almost 50 years. It's just before my 50th birthday, which was in November. Um, I did get better, of course, as you can see, and but that made me continue to wonder about death and what was really about. Is it like some people think nothingness, or is it do you go on to another realm of existence, maybe into another dimension or parallel universe where you live another life, or something else that we don't even can't even comprehend or understand? I know it's not like the religious people believe heaven and hell and all that. That doesn't happen, and I don't believe that. Um, I believe we should be doing more research and looking into it and discussing death, uh, because we treat death, in my opinion, like a rare disease that very rarely happens to people. We were so shocked when someone dies. I know if that's a close person to you, you could be upset, but we're shocked by death in itself, and as if it just hardly ever happens, but it happens to all of us. Eventually, we will all die. Everybody on this planet will die one day. Whether sooner. I mean, later than sooner, much later than sooner. But I think like I said, we should do more research and looking into it. I saw a documentary on Netflix about death, which I really did like. I think they should have done more in depth looking into it than they did, but they done a good job with it. And made you wonder, like if someone were to fall into a river or a pond and is frozen and then stay in there for up to an hour but be revived, were they really dead? And if they're gone, then how can you bring them back? So I don't know. It's I don't think that they can. I think once you do die and you're going from this realm, you can't come back as ghosts or spirits or anything like that. You can't haunt the reality you used to live in. That just can't happen. Um, I think death is an interesting topic, and we should be looking into it more and be more. We seem to prepare for it as much as we should. Prepare for a lot of things in our life, but the death is something we're very nervous about and don't want to really prepare for it as much. Some people do. Most people, almost all of us, don't. You know, we might buy life insurance, but we don't, do enough preparation for it, which everybody will die someday, like I said. So, that's my opinion. Bye.
Hey, my girl.
No.